Welcome, everyone. My name is Nicole Aponte Rivera, and I am a Wellness Associate with the Health and Wellness Department. Thank you for joining us today for the GHP Raising Strong Kids presentation. Today's topic is about summer safety. Before we begin, I would like to make the clarification. This information is being provided in order to increase your awareness. It is not intended to be a medical advice. If you believe that you may have any medical conditions or have specific questions regarding your health, see your physician. Let's start with some fun facts about summer. The summer solstice happens every year in June and has the longest daylight and the shortest nighttime of any day of the year. Summer is the only time you can see lightning bugs glow. They hide underground the rest of the year. July has the most thunderstorms. The hottest part of the day is between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. When it's summer in the United States, it's winter in Australia. The sun appears higher in the sky in the summer, and the full moon is lowest around the summer solstice. Our first topic is about hydration. Your body depends on water to survive. Every cell, tissue, and organ in your body needs water to work properly. For example, your body uses water to maintain its temperature, remove waste, and lubricate your joints. Good hydration is important overall for good health. Our bodies are composed of 75% of water. How much water should we drink? Every person is different when it comes to the amount of water they need. It depends on your body composition, and drink water according to your daily activity. Commonly asked questions. What is hydration? Having enough fluids in your body for it to function properly. What is dehydration? When your body doesn't have enough fluid to operate properly. Some people are at a higher risk of dehydration. They include people who exercise at a high intensity or in hot weather for too long, have certain medical conditions such as kidney disease or uncontrolled diabetes, are sick, such as fever, vomiting, or diarrhea, are pregnant or breastfeeding, are trying to lose weight, can't get enough fluids during the day, are on medications that contribute to dehydration. And older adults are also at a higher risk. As you get older, your brain may not be able to sense dehydration as it doesn't signal thirst. Alternate ways to stay alternate ways to stay hydrated with fruits such as watermelon, strawberries, grapefruit, pineapple, oranges, blueberries, apples, grapes, bananas, vegetables such as cucumbers, lettuce, celery, zucchini, tomatoes, spinach, bell peppers, broccoli, and carrots. Sports drinks contain water, electrolytes, and other ingredients, and also check ingredients first. Some of these drinks may be as effective as water at helping you rehydrate. Stay hydrated in hot weather or during intense exercise. If you like the taste, you may also be inclined to drink more. It's worth mentioning though that some sports drinks are high in calories, added sugars, or artificial sweeteners, which may not benefit your overall health. Read the label before consuming sports drinks. Some summer hydration tips: always carry a bottle of water with you, drink plenty of water throughout the day, and avoid excessive alcoholic or caffeinated beverages. Our next topic is about sun safety. We can do this by protecting our bodies from the sun And it's as easy as to apply the ABC steps. A stands for away. So stay away and avoid peak sun hours from 11 a.m. 3 p.m. This is when the sun rays are the strongest and most damaging to the skin. Even when it's cloudy, the sun can be harmful. B is for block. Apply sunscreen about 15 minutes before going outside and reapply it every 2 hours. Apply a broad spectrum water resistant sunscreen. Sunscreen extends the length of time you can stay outside. It does not offer 100% protection. C is for covering up. Cover up with a hat, sunglasses, or loose long sleeve clothing. Sunglasses that offer UVA and UVB protection. Loose, long sleeve clothing to protect yourself from the sun. Look for clothing that has UPV, which is UV protection value, which offers extra protection. If you're outside in the peak hours of the day, find a shady spot to play, like under a tree, tent, or umbrella. Certain things that you can look for with sunscreen is um, broad spectrum. So sunscreen that protects your skin from ultraviolet A and B rays, which can cause skin cancer. SPF 30 or higher. The higher the value of your SPF, the more protected you will be from sunburn. Water resistant. Sunscreen can be water and sweat resistant, but it needs to be reapplied often. See label recommendations. We have some definitions that it can help you understand all the terms that are when you're looking for sunscreen. So UV light, and UV stands for ultraviolet, which means radiation. And we get two different types. It's UVA, which is associated with skin aging or wrinkles, and UVB, which is associated with skin burning. UV index, which you can find on weather app, goes from 1, being very low, to 11 or more, very high, and can fluctuate throughout the day. This scale measures how strong the sun UV rays will be. The higher the UV index, the greater the strength of the sun's UV rays and the faster you will burn. You should check this before going outside. And when you think about UV index will be at its highest, when do you think the UV index will be at its highest? In review, remember to incorporate sunscreen as part of your daily routine, especially on any exposed skin, especially near water, snow, and sand. These surfaces reflect light, so it is extra important to use sunscreen when you are near them. Use SPF 30 or higher. And additionally, try taking more breaks, avoiding direct sun, or staying inside during the peak sun hours. Anything above a UV of 5 can be harmful. Perform skin checks or visit a dermatologist yearly, or more often if you are at a high risk of skin cancer. 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer in their lifetime. Our next topic is playground safety. Remember to keep these things in mind when you head to your local playground. Keep an eye out for signs while using public playgrounds. They are there to make sure everyone is aware of the rules. Separate play areas for younger and older children. Recommendations are based on the size and complexity of the equipment compared to the size and skills of the child. Ensure there is a smooth and easy surface to walk on, free of tree roots and loose rocks. Recommended play surfaces include sand, pea gravel, wood chips, or shredded rubber. Injuries may occur when your child falls from the equipment and onto the ground. If a child is playing on a hard surface, such as concrete, this can increase their likelihood of injury. Be sure that they are closely supervised. Seek shade or avoid full sun. Head entrapment spaces, openings between rails, bars, rungs, and cargo nets should be less than 3.5 inches or more than 9 inches. Assure the playground has no rust, broken equipment, or sharp edges. If equipment is in poor shape, report it to the school or park office. Remove loose items that could get caught up on equipment, such as bicycle helmets, necklaces, scarves, or sweatshirts with drawstrings. Be aware of your surroundings and supervise your child on the playground. But of course, don't forget to have fun. While slides are a gentle and thrilling way for your child to have fun, keep these things in mind. Metal slides can get very hot. Always check the temperature of the slide with your hand before letting your child on it. Slides should have handrails at the top for kids to hold on to. Encourage your child to hold onto the handrails so they don't trip, and fall down the slide accidentally. Check the base of the slide for rocks, glass, toys, etc. Clearing the area at the base of the slide is important so your child can land safely. Teach your child to go down the slide feet first. This will help prevent head injuries. It is not safe to slide down with your child on your lap. This makes children more susceptible to injuries. Swings are a playground staple, but also require a lot of safety precautions. Check that the space in front of and behind the swing is clear. Keep an eye out for other kids on the playground to make sure they don't run in front of the swings when playing. Make sure all the chains are closed. Swing sets must be secured to the ground. Keep an eye out for children crossing. Discourage kids from swinging on their tummies. Our next topic is fire safety. Always follow local fireworks laws and regulations and manufacturer instructions. Only purchase fireworks from licensed and reputable sellers. Keep a bucket of water or a hose nearby for emergencies. Never light fireworks indoors or near flammable materials. Maintain a safe distance from the fireworks after lighting them. Never relight a malfunctioning firework. Wait for it to cool down, then dispose of it properly. Attend public firework displays organized by professionals for a safer experience. So, grill cooking safety. Grill in a well ventilated area and away from structures, overhanging branches, and flammable materials. Keep the grill stable and away from foot traffic. Clean the grill grates before cooking to avoid flare ups. Never leave the grill unattended while cooking. Use long handled utensils to avoid burns. Keep a fire extinguisher nearby and allow grill time to completely cool. For campfire safety, choose a safe location. Clear the area around the campfire. This includes dry leaves, grass, debris, flammable materials, overhanging branches, and tents. Keep a bucket of water or sand nearby to extinguish the fire if needed. Never leave the campfire unattended. Ensure it is completely extinguished before leaving. Use designated fire rings or pits whenever possible. Avoid accelerants like gasoline to build or enhance the fire. Teach children about the dangers of playing near the campfire. Our next topic is about bicycle safety. Ride on bike paths and protected bike lanes. Riders should not ride more than two side by side. If your child is old enough to ride on their own, practice safe routes with them first. Follow the law and be predictable. Stop at stop signs or lights. Signal before turning by using hand signals. Look left, right, then left again before pulling out. Ride in a straight line on the right side of the street or path. Ride right, pass left. Keep at least one hand on the handlebars. Make sure your path is clear and change directions without swerving. Watch for cars at driveways, parking spaces, and parking lots. Pedestrians have the right of way on paths and sidewalks. Vehicles do not have to yield to bikes being ridden across the crosswalk, as the bicycle is treated like a vehicle. It's best to get off your bike and walk it across a street. Use lights on your bike. Be seen. Lights on the back and front, reflectors on the sides. Lights must be used between sunset and sunrise. This allows cars to see you. Brightly colored clothing helps to be seen as well. Carry basic safety fit kit such as pump, spare tube, or path kit, water, snacks, cash, credit card, and an ID in case of an emergency. Know how to perform basic maintenance on your bike like changing a tire. A bell or signal device is required in some municipalities. Wear closed toe shoes. Use a backpack, basket, saddlebag, or rack to carry objects. Keep kids close. The best place for more the best place for the more experienced rider to be is behind the child and slightly to the traffic side. If there is more than one adult, place the child in the middle of the adult riders. The adults are easier to see, more visible to drivers. And perform regular maintenance. Keep tires inflated, check brakes, and chain for tightness. In the picture that we have here, can you find the helmet that is not being worn properly? In Pennsylvania, anyone under the age of 12 must wear a helmet. The PA Department of Transportation strongly recommends that all riders wear helmets. This applies to anyone riding a bike, riding as a passenger, or riding in an attached restraining seat or trailer. Wearing a helmet is the best way to reduce the chance of brain injury. Helmets only work if worn correctly. The helmet should be specific for the activity. A bicycle helmet should not be worn for skateboarding, riding horses, or playing ice hockey. Fit. Make sure the helmet is the right size for the user's age and activity. If possible, take the child to the store to try it on and give them the opportunity to choose their own. It should be low and level on your head, about 2 fingers width above the eyebrows. Adjust the side straps so that a V shape is formed around your ears. The strap should be buckled and snug under the chin. Tighten the strap until the fingers fits under it. Should not move or rock when buckled. There should be a Consumer Product Safety Commission sticker on the helmet. So this means it meets the standard for safety. Do not use a helmet that has been in a crash. Helmets can be fitted and purchased from the American Trauma Society, PA. You can call 717-766-1616 or email atspa@atspa.org. Helmets for children and adults can be purchased for $15. Or you can contact your local hospital, fire department, or YMCA to see if there is an opportunity to receive a helmet at little or no cost. Here, you can see some safe cycling tips. Ride a bike safely in traffic by following the rules and road signs, by wearing a helmet, be invisible and dress for safety, be watchful, so look ahead, all your surroundings, don't wear headphones, be alert, pay attention to vehicles, follow the traffic direction, ride in a single file and leave a safe space, identify hazards on the road, look before entering lanes, be visible at night, and plan your route. In our next slide, we see how to use hand signals, my stop, left turn, right turn, and you have those two options. Our next topic is about water safety. General water safety. Be sure everyone in your family can swim. Swimming lessons can begin as young as 6 months old. Everyone, especially children, should wear Coast Guard approved life jackets. Do not rely on floatable toys, rings to keep you afloat. Always swim with a buddy. Be prepared for emergencies. No CPR. Keep rescue equipment close by. Assess any hazards before entering the water. Swimming in open water is different from swimming in a pool. Avoid swift moving water currents. Even strong swimmers can be swept away in a current. Check the weather. Do not try to fight riptides and undertows. Calmly swim parallel to the shore. Do not drink alcohol in or around the water. Do not operate watercraft without proper training. Know the state boating laws. Consider a boating safety course for you and your family if you spend time in or near the water. Always keep children in your direct field of vision. Drowning can happen very quickly and is often silent. Here we see some life jacket um, facts or information. So life jackets should be worn by everyone and be U.S. Coast Guard approved. In Pennsylvania, children under the age of 13 must wear a life jacket in open water, such as when they are on a boat, raft, inner tube, or swimming in a lake, river, or ocean. Life jacket should be in good condition with no tears or holes. Life jacket laws may vary state to state, so educate yourself on local, state, and federal guidelines when traveling. Swimming pools. Surround pool and yard with fencing at least 5 feet tall with a latch out to reach of small children. Make sure your home and community pools are marked with depth markers and children are aware of them. Remove pool covers completely to avoid entrapment. Obey all no diving signs. Never dive into an above ground or shallow in ground pool. Have children learn to swim and develop these 5 water survival skills. Step or jump into water over their head and return to the surface. Float or tread water for 1 minute. Turn around in a full circle and find an exit from the water. Swim 25 yards to an exit. Exit from the water without using a ladder. Assign a water watcher. Share the responsibility between adults. Take turns every 15 minutes. No cell phones, reading, or distractions. Our next topic is about ATV safety. Always wear a helmet and eye protection and other protective clothing suitable to the environment. Do not carry passengers on a single rider, ATV. Do not use alcohol or other drugs when you ride. Always maintain a safe distance between the riders. Ride with others and let someone know where you are riding. Stay on trails designated for ATVs. Be informed of local weather conditions and dress and equip yourself appropriately. Always ride at a safe and responsible speed. Know your abilities and don't exceed those levels. And lastly, carry a map of the trail area you intend to travel. Not sure if you're ready to operate an ATV or if your child is either? This readiness checklist may help you determine whether ATV riding is right for you or your child. When it comes to physical development, do you or the rider have sufficient strength and familiarity to operate the controls with ease? Examples will be if the rider is able to squeeze the hand controls, operate the shift lever, operate the parking brake, operate the choke and fuel valve, press and brake lever in sufficient pressure, and operate the controls without looking at them. For visual perception and motor development, can the rider judge the speed of objects, fast, medium, slow, by judging the speed of cars on the highway, a moving train, a dog running, etc.? Can the rider concentrate on more than one element at a time when solving a problem? When taking social and emotional development into consideration, can the rider obey parents and supervisions without challenging authority or rebelling when rules are imposed? And lastly, it's important to take into consideration their reasoning and decision making ability. Does the rider have a basic understanding of the physical limitations of stopping and turning? For example, can they explain what may happen if moving too fast while going around a curve on a bicycle, skateboard, or ATV? If you feel that you or your child is ready to drive an ATV, it's also important to keep in mind that riding behavior that harms the land is irresponsible. Be sure to protect and preserve your driving areas. In other words, tread lightly. Travel responsibly on designated trails or in permitted off-highway areas. Respect the rights of others, including private property owners and all recreational trail users, campers, and others to allow them to enjoy their recreational activities undisturbed. Educate yourself prior to your trip by obtaining travel maps and regulations from public agencies, planning for your trip, taking recreational skill classes, and knowing how to use and operate your equipment safely. Avoid sensitive areas such as meadows, lake shores, wetlands, and streams unless on designated routes. This protects wildlife habitat and sensitive soils from damage. And lastly, do your part by leaving the area better than you found it, properly disposing of waste, minimizing the use of fire, avoiding the spread of invasive species, restoring degraded areas, and joining a local enthusiast organization. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to my email, naponterivera@thehealthplan.com, and that is N as Nancy, A as Alpha, P as Peter, O for Olivia, N as Nancy, T as Tim, E as Edward, R for Ron, I for Ice, V for Victor, E for Edward, R for Ron, A as Alpha, at thehealthplan.com. All this information has been taken from these resources. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you in the next one.